blinged up today for this tutorial. Oh yeah, it's a special occasion. So I have the brand new Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette for you guys today. If you guys want to see my thoughts on this palette and also how to create this eyeshadow look, please keep watching. Alright guys, so I've got my foundation and eyebrows on. I do have separate videos on that. So before I start on this video, I do have braces in my teeth right now, which is why I'm talking a bit funny. I'm trying to adapt with all this metal in my mouth. You can't really see it when I smile and stuff because it's behind my teeth. It's called incognito braces. You guys see them? They're like hidden technology. So yesterday I got this in the post. I was like, oh, the DHL come from DHL. Yeah. I don't know what that was, okay? So inside we have the brand new Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. Look how pretty she looks in this photo. So at the back of this, it just says the name of all the eyeshadows, and she also has 4 different types of eyeshadows in here. So she has matte shades, pressed pearls, duochrome toppers, and then 1 pure glitter. Interesting. So I'll just start off with the PR package. This is what it looks like. It's really nice, really simple. I love the fact that it opens out. So when you open it, you have Huda on both sides, slaying in the wind, in the sand dunes. And then we've got the brand new palette from Huda Beauty in here. And I also really love the fact that there's like sand. Look. Apparently this sand in here is actually from where Huda shot this campaign. So when you open up the palette, it has Huda's eyes on it, and the 3D imagery is so nice because when you kind of twist and turn it, certain bits like really sparkle, like you see the eyeshadow, it goes a bit more metallic and stuff. I think that's really cool. And then inside it's actually got a mirror. So the other rose gold palette, it comes like a see-through top, whereas this one, it's got a mirror. Okay, so I think this mirror is really nice as well. You can see it's like a good quality mirror. It's really nice and wide, so it's really good for travelling as well. You've also got this little slip in here. I don't know why a lot of brands keep stuff like this in here. I think it's maybe to stop the eyeshadow from cracking. I don't know what it does, but it's got like a see-through thing of Huda Beauty's eyes. Woo! So this is the first time looking at this eyeshadow palette. It's actually really pretty. My first reaction is I love the kind of shades. It's got really nice warm tones, but I feel like there's not a lot of dark colours in this palette. So darkest one is Oud, and I always need a black with my eyeshadow palette. So that's my first kind of like thought. So you're going to have a separate black eyeshadow to use to really make any eyeshadow look pop. As you guys can see, this palette is like full of like purples, roses, browns. It has like some golds in there as well. It's got this really nice orange shade as well. Yes, I'm feeling it. So let's do some swatches. And we've got one eyeshadow in here that really stands out, and it's called Cosmo, and it's like a pressed glitter. Let's try to swatch that. Oh shit, underneath my nails, it's got all foundation on it, so it looks all yellow. Let's try and clean that out. Okay, let's swatch. Oh, pretty. I definitely feel like you need an eyeshadow base with this though, because as you guys can see, when you kind of blend it out, it leaves some like holes where the glitter's not sticking. So I think if you put eyeshadow base underneath, it will be really good. I'm gonna try this shade called Twilight, and then we'll also try Retrograde as well. Okay, let's do a swatchy swatch. Wow, that Twilight shade looks amazing. Retrograde is nice, it's a bit bitsy, but when you actually blend it out, it's actually really metallic. So I think all the other shades is exclusive to this palette except for one shade, which is called Angelic. She kept this one that's also in the other rose gold eyeshadow palette. I don't know why she's done that. I just make them all limited edition, girl. And I'm going to also swatch Celestial and Nefertiti. Oh, this one feels really creamy. Nice and nice. Run out of space to swatch on my hand. I like it. I do think that these formulas, they are a bit chunky. I don't know if you can see, but it's got like extra like chunky bits kind of falling out. So it's quite chalky. I've got quite a lot of fallout. Try to swatch Blood Me. Oh, this is really creamy. So I find the pressed pearls, these are really creamy, the formula. Nefertiti is a bit chalky. It's a bit more chunky, the formula, I find. I actually don't mind chunky formulas because I feel like they'll be a lot more pigmented, you know. These are lovely, like literally just one swatch and goddamn. Let's get started with the tutorial then, because I feel like the only way to really try out eyeshadows is to actually put them on your actual eyes. See how they blend out, you know, because finger swatches, honestly, they can make something look so pigmented, and then when you blend it out, sometimes it's a bit of an asshole to blend, you know. I'm gonna use no eyeshadow base as normal. I never really use eyeshadow bases because I find for me, my eyeshadows don't crease as much, and sometimes when I use eyeshadow bases, I find my eyeshadow doesn't blend that well because it's too sticky almost, you know. So I literally just put concealer all over my eyes and then I powder. If your eyes do crease, then I would suggest to put a little bit of eyeshadow primer. I really like the Urban Decay one. That's a really good one, but I've used up all of mine. So to start off with, I'm going to use a flat shader brush. This is from Blank Canvas and it is called the E24 brush. It's a perfect dupe for the MAC 239 brush. I'm going to start by going in with Blood Moon, which is the shade here. Very pigmented, yes. Okay, so let's just go straight in the lid. Wow, holy mother of Lord. You guys see how much freaking reflective shine that is? So I totally forgot to tap my brush and I'm getting that fallout on my cheek, which is to be expected because I picked up quite a lot of eyeshadow on my brush. Okay, so as always, I'm literally like putting it right onto the eyelid, and then as you guys can see, it's kind of leaving like a harsh line, so I just have to use the edge of the brush and start to feather that out. I'm always using like the brush sideways. When I want to pack something on, that's when I lay it flat, but when I want to blend it out, I kind of twist it on its side like this, and I use the edge to kind of blur out. So I do find that when I blend the eyeshadow out, it's not as strong and pigmented anymore. So I have to go with another layer. Just packing it mainly on the eyelid because this is where I want it to be the most reflective. I always try to do both eyes at the same time just so that you can get a bit more symmetrical that way, I find. For me, I find that when I do one eye and then I try to do the other eye, it never comes out the same, and then throughout the day it'll bug the shit out of me. So as you guys can see, I just brought out the eyeshadow a bit more than 3/4 of the way, and I just left this little bit on the end because whenever I need a matte eyeshadow to go there, if you put a shimmery eyeshadow underneath and try to put a matte on top, it ain't gonna work, girl. It's never gonna go completely matte. So you need to make sure you keep that little corner bit free of any shimmery eyeshadow so that when you put your other eyeshadow on, it will stick really nicely and blend. Okay, so with my Smith 230 brush, I think Smith Cosmetics has one of the best brushes, guys. The brushes are so nice and freaking soft and blendable. It just blends the eyeshadow so well. So I'm gonna go in with this shade here. It's called Saffron, and it's one of the shades in here that's literally calling out my name because it's like a really nice like pinky or kind of reddy shade. I love deep reds, guys. Deep red, pinky kind of shades like this is like so nice, especially if you ever have blue or like greeny eyes. It really makes your eyes stand out. With brown eyes, honestly, you can pull off any eyeshadow because it kind of goes with everything, but certain colors will really make things pop. So things like reddish and orangey shades, they really go nicely with blue eyes, and purples go really nice with green eyes. Little thought there for you. So I'm just going in with that saffron shade, and I actually really like the fact that the more I go in, it's starting to get deeper in the crease. But I can see it, this is like one of those shades that if you blend it out, it will just go like a really light pink, even though I'm using one eyeshadow. Can you see this slight transition that's happening? Oh hell yeah, girl. Oh hell yeah. I'm just going on the outer V here, and then when I have less on my brush, that's when I start to like blend all of this in together so it has like a soft fade. And I'm kind of winging this out to make my eyes look less rounded. I want it to be a bit more like cat-like because I've got a lot of eyelid space here, so I feel like if I put it all the way up here, it makes my eyes look really round. It's starting to look a little bit harsh on the outer corner, so I'm gonna have to blend this out. Okay, so I'm using the Smith 232 brush now. It's a bit bigger than the other brush, and this is going to be my transition shade brush. So I'm going to use this shade here. It's called Blazing. It's like a really like bright orange shade, so I'm going to use this and fade it up at the top here just so that it starts to like blend out into like a really warm sunset kind of vibe. So when you have a bigger brush like this, it just helps blend everything out, but I do find here there's a little bit of like a harsh line, so I'm going to go back in with the smaller 230 brush, go back in with a bit of saffron, and then just go on top of that to make sure that there's still depth in there, but it's not like a harsh line. So I always have two brushes in my hand, and I literally go back and forth between the brush, and I'm also dipping my brush into the two eyeshadow colours because I find when you do it like that, it kind of blends like a new colour onto the brush, and it makes it a lot easier to do transition shades. That's like a really good tip if you find it really hard to like blend your dark colour into your transition shade. If you mix them both together on your brush first and then blend it on, it makes life so much easier. Okay, with the bigger brush, sometimes I don't even need to add any more product onto the bigger brush, just the bigger brush in general will just help out. Okay, I'm just going to start to deepen up this crease in here, just a little tiny little bit. So I'm going to use, let's try this brush for the first time. So this is the Smith 256 brush. It's a bit of like a funny point to it. I've never used this brush before because I don't know what else to use it for, but it might be good just to like angle stuff just in the crease maybe. Let's try it out. So I'm going to use this dark brown shade. It's called Oud. Okay, so just with the little tippy tip of the little point of the crease bit, angle it right in there. It just deepens it just a little. This technique is really good for if you want to deepen your crease. So if you don't have an actual defined crease like me, like my eyelid is quite flat, if you use this technique, it actually makes your eyelids look deeper, and really good if you've got hooded eyes as well. If you do it while your eyes are like open, so look down into a mirror, so your eyelids are still open, but you can still see exactly what you're doing, rather than doing like this. I find it's a bit hard that way. If you hold it down, you can see kind of like where the dip is naturally, and then just slowly work it in. I think this is really nice because the brown is not too dark, so it blends in with that saffron shade really, really easily. And then just on top of that, just to make sure there's no harsh edges whatsoever, because edges, they're not our friends, guys. I'm going to go back in with the saffron shade, and then back on top of that, just to make sure everything's blended out nicely. Okay, guys, so now that I've done both eyes, I am going to put a bit of purple underneath, I think, because I really want to try this amethyst shade. So I'm going to do a little experiment. I'm going to try one with a base underneath, and then on the other I'm going to do no base, so you guys can see what I mean. Because normally whenever I do underneath my eyes, I always go with a pencil first and then blend it out with an eyeshadow. But I feel like to get an actual representation of this palette, let's try it without. One with, one without. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to go with my MAC 219 brush, a little pencil brush. I'm going to go with this shade called Amethyst. I'm going to put this underneath my lash line. I find purples really hard to master. A lot of brands, you know, I find when they do purples, it doesn't look that vibrant. This purple is alright. It's a little bit chalky though, I find. It's not sticking on that well. I don't know if you can see, but some bits are going a little bit see-through and some bits are going on like quite pigmented. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, let's try it on the other eye with an eyeshadow base. So this is supposed to be a lip liner, but I'm going to use it on my eyes. YOLO! So this is the NYX Lip Suede Matte Lip Liner, but I'm going to use it for my eyes. So it's like a really nice purple shade, and this is in the colour Run the World. We run this mud. I don't know the lyrics. So I'm just putting this underneath, just near my lash line, just so that it has a bit of that creaminess on there to help out this eyeshadow a bit, you know. It's like an exact shade match. So going back in with the amethyst shade. Yes, it's going on so much better now. Okay, so just before I start to blend out, so you guys see the difference. Like this one, can you see it's like a bit wishy-washy? It's a bit like, doesn't stick exactly where I want it to, whereas this one, it sticks, and then I just need to blend out this edge now, you know. Both of them, of course, like the lines are still harsh because we need to use the blending brush, but this one, a lot more pigmented, this one is not. So that proves it, guys. You need to use an eyeshadow base, especially when you want to use something underneath the lash line, I find, because you want it really intense by the lash line and then smoke it out. So if you use something that's like a similar colour underneath and then a colour on top, that would really help. So if you're finding a lot of your eyeshadow goes like this, maybe that's what you need to do. Okay, so just with my 230 brush, I'm going to go in with a bit more of the amethyst shade, but this is a fluffier brush, so it just help blend it out a bit better. And because this has a bit of the shade like on top with saffron and all that jazz, it just helps blend out the edges a bit more. Okay guys, so I really want to try this Cosmo shade. It's like a glitter kind of formula. It says on here that it's a ready to go formula for all over your lids. So apparently you don't need to use an eyeshadow base, but I do feel like I need something a little bit sticky. So I'm going to use a wet wipe. I'm just going to wipe my finger. So I'm going to try to dab it over my finger. It does say to use a brush, but we could try like a brush on one side and a finger on the other side. Let's just see how it goes, you know. It's all an experimentation. Yes. A lot more pigmented once I wet my finger. Dab it on. I'm just literally like tapping on top of this. Oh, I'm really shocked. I find it's really hard to blend your finger because you don't know how high to go without like a blob of glitter all up near your eyebrow. So I'm mainly packing it on my eyelid, and then when I've got less eyeshadow on my finger, I go a little bit high just so it starts to blend out the glitter a little bit. Yeah, so it's like a soft transition. I like it. I like it. Okay, so I still got a little bit of glitter here, so I'm just going to clean it off. And then let's try using a brush, because on here it does say to use a flat brush. So let's try that. Should I try not wetting it? Okay, I'm going to use it dry. I'm like talking to the camera as if like you guys are replying back to me. Okay, so I'm going to use the same blank canvas brush that I used earlier into Cosmo. Okay, first reaction when I used that brush, there was a lot of fallout that just fell on my leg. Can you see from the brush? It's very flaky on the brush, so I don't have high expectations for this. I don't know if this is good. No, I knew it. Oh hell no. It's just dropping all over my face. No, 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 no! Okay, I need to like dust this fallout. Okay, back with the finger. The finger and the wipe. It needs to be used wet, I reckon. Wet my finger. Oh my god, I didn't know my fingers are so dirty. Look. Okay, so I've only used this once, but I can see there's already like a dent in the Cosmo, so I don't even know how much product or how many times you can use this eyeshadow. Yes, that's much better. Fingers with a wet wipe, guys. I think that's the way. The only thing about my finger, because I've got nails, I can't get it right on the inner corners, and I always like it a bit sheeny on the inner corners, so that's a bit annoying. Why you got fat fingers, twee? I'm going to use a clean eyeshadow brush, and then I'm just going to try to dust away bits of glitter that I don't want to be there. So whenever I put on glitter, I always want it to look blended. Because the glitter's not stuck on with any adhesive, you can kind of move the glitter around really easily. It's removing the fallout from my fucking nose. I've got glitter all on my nose. I've got glitter freckles. Okay, so today's eyeliner and mascara I just got in the post yesterday, and it's from YSL, and it's called the Couture eyeliner and the Couture vinyl mascara. Okay, so this is like a black liquid liner. This is like brand new, I think, but I tried it on my hand yesterday, and let me tell you, it stayed on for a long ass time. So this eyeliner is really nice because it's got like a really fine point to it. And let me show you. Look how dark that is. Ooh. I do have a separate video on how I do my eyeliner on my channel, so you can check that out for a bit more in depth. So I'm just going to quickly do this tang. Pressing my little pinky finger. Oh yes, this eyeliner goes on really nicely on top of glitter. I find that's like a true sign to know if eyeliner is good. Some eyeliners, when you put on top of glitter, I just poke my eye. I find that it goes like really crumbly or goes a bit see-through, and you can still see the glitter through it, whereas this one's really opaque. And it also dries matte as well, which is really, really nice. I find when you put like a matte eyeliner on top of a glittery eyeshadow, the eyeliner looks a lot more intense. So look at this mascara, guys. New from YSL. It's like a really nice, like shiny brush. That makes sense. I don't know, the formula is really, really nice and glossy. And I love the fact that it's like a natural bristle brush. It's got like loads of compacted mascaras everywhere. Mascaras? It's got loads of little compacted fibres, you know. Really nice and dark, which is a good sign. Sometimes you'll find mascara looks almost like grey, not black. And bottom lashes too. For me, bottom lashes make the most difference, even though I have like 2 hairs on the bottom lashes. But if I don't put mascara down here, oh, it's horrible. Okay, so today's lashes is from Backstage Beauty, and it's called Rodeo Dry. These are really nice and full and thick and juicy. So I'm using my favourite lash glue at the moment. It's from May Rocky Lashes, and it's the black version. I also have the white one, but I wear a lot of black eyeliner, so I always find black eyelash glue works best for me. But you can also use clear as well if you find you're a bit like not confident using eyelashes, you know. Okay, so now that I've got my lashes on, they're nice and thick and full. So I feel like on the inner corners it's a bit dark, so I just want to add a bit more light to that area, to that surface, you know. So I'm going to go in with my Diego Dalla Palma little flat shader brush. I'm going to go in with Nefertiti. Just want to add just a little bit of brightness in here. Just added a little dab. I don't know what that did. Just add a bit more brightness, just a little bing. And I feel like because my eyes are so strong, I feel like I need a bit more colour on my cheeks. So I am going to go in with the Huda Beauty Summer Solstice palette. Solstice, that's so hard to say braces. So I'm going to put a little bit of Malibu on top of my cheeks. A bit more highlight. I also have to redo my highlight by the time I finish my eyes, because sometimes I have like a little fallout and I dust it away and it wipes away my highlighter, and that can't happen, guys. And then just on the cheeks, I'm going to put a little bit of Mykonos and Cocobana. Cococabana. However you say that. Just ties in the look a bit more, you know. Got a bloody spot here. It's so annoying. Okay, so on the lips, I'm going to go in with Huda Beauty Jet Setter. It's a brand new limited edition shade again. This is like decked out with Huda Beauty, guys. Okie dokie, perfect. I'm just going to put on a bit of a setting spray. This is from Glamglow. It's called the Glow Setting Spray. It's amazing, guys. I really, really like it because the mist is so fine. It just smells like candy as well. It's so good. Okay, I'm just going to quickly do my hair and I'll be back. Oh my god, guys. I'm like blinged out jewellery. Yes! I just felt like I had to embrace the Huda Beauty-ness, you know. These earrings are from Malaysia, and this necklace is from Pegasus Cosmetics. And this, I don't know where this is from. This is from my sister's room. So if you guys like this tutorial and review, please let me know down below what you thought of this palette. Will you be guessing this palette? I really liked the way that this makeup look turned out. I think you just have to use certain formulas in a different way and just try different ways out and see what works for you. But I thought it was interesting to show you different ways to use the same eyeshadow product and what the outcome was. So let me know if you enjoyed this kind of review and tutorial and all that jazz. I really, really love filming it for you guys. I love the way the look turned out as well. Make sure you subscribe before you leave, and also make sure you follow me on all my other social media platforms. It's just xTwilly on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Enjoy the bloopers. Oh, fuck off. I just put a big block right on my nose. Okay, so it says on the... oh, fuck. Huda Beauty Summer Solstice. So if you guys like the way this makeup look turned out, and if you guys liked enjoying me, stupid ass, Snapchat, Twitter, time to pose, yes, dreamy desert.